Championship Series continues tomorrow night now, 8 o'clock Eastern. The Phillies and the Braves. The Phillies can wrap it up. Who will the Jays play? Stay tuned for that tomorrow night. And, of course, the World Series Game 1, the Phillies or the Braves against perhaps a well-rested Blue Jays team. They will head home, and the World Series Game 1 begins from the Skydome, 8 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. Much more to come from Chicago tonight. We'll talk to more of the Blue Jays in the champagne-soaked dressing room when we come back. The Blue Jays win the American League Championship again. Stay with us as our post-game celebration continues.
Ho, ho, ho!
A legend kidnaps.
Santa Claus. Haven't you heard of goodwill towards men?
A holiday held hostage.
An imposter is shamelessly impersonating Santa Claus.
Now only Jack Skellington can set things right.
Won't they be surprised?
From the genius of Tim Burton comes the story of a hero with a style all his own.
I am the Pumpkin King!
Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Coming this month to a theater near you.
If I was a senior citizen and was listening to Preston Manning, I would be very frightened for my security for the future.
We are going to have problems in our retirement, particularly if you tax the Medicare and if you tax the OAS. It's sort of romantic to be poor when you're young, but it's a pretty sad, desperate situation to be poor when you're old.
So what do you think?
I think you just made my Christmas shopping a whole lot easier.
How come it's never this easy for me?
Which rug do you like better? I like the rose and the green.
The rose.
Great. We'll take them both.
What do you say you start learning about the car?
You'll teach me to drive that?
Not exactly.
An oil change. Great.
Your lowest price is a Kmart price.
My life isn't about throwing money around. It's about hanging on to it. It's not about owning a $40,000 car. It's about owning a good car. It's not how much something costs that matters to me. It's how well it works. Look, don't tell me what I want. Show me you've got what I need.
And welcome back. Near the stroke of midnight in Eastern Canada, you would think it's New Year's Eve again in Toronto because the Blue Jays are the American League champions on their way to the World Series. Let's join Sunil Joshi now in the Blue Jays locker room. Sunil?
Well, thank you, Rod. Indeed, I am in the Blue Jays clubhouse. With me is Paul Molitor, 6 for 9 in the first 2 games, and then in this particular game, what a night. I'm looking at the card here, hit by pitch, reached under here, intentional walk, and then that big 2-run triple in the 9th inning. First of all, your thoughts. What's going through your mind?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm just trying to let this all sink in, you know. I mean, we have a team that definitely prided itself on having the opportunity to go back and defend its championship that it so well deserved last year. The guys put in a lot of work and a lot of effort, and of course having Dave Stewart going tonight in the 6th game, we tried to seize the moment, and sure enough he came through again in typical Dave Stewart postseason fashion, and Wardle came in and got 5 big outs for us in the game, and no question, to be a part of it and have this type of feeling, knowing I'm going back to my 2nd World Series after a long drought, something that feels very satisfying, something I'm very thankful about.
Some of us were joking in the press box, there's an easy way and then there's the Blue Jay way. It seems that's the way it goes.
Well, this club does have a tendency to, I don't know if it's really relaxed when we get leads, but we have a tendency to let clubs get back in it, whether it be the regular season or, of course, in the series here when the White Sox even at 2 games apiece. But thankfully, we responded. We won that big 5th game before we came here to Chicago and knew we had a chance with Dave out there tonight, took advantage of that, and don't have to think about Wilson Alvarez anymore.
And just to pick up on that point, 16 times the Yankees tied you, they couldn't pass you. Tonight, the White Sox tied you, they couldn't pass you.
Well, I think a critical moment in the regular season was when we lost those 6 games in September, and the Yankees just couldn't get over the hump and move past us. Psychologically, that gave us a big boost. And, of course, here in the series, when they got back and even, we were a little disappointed. We didn't have a chance to win it in Toronto once again, just like the regular season. But, shoot, maybe the 3rd time we'll be at home.
Was there a turning point in this game as far as you're concerned?
Well, I think when they failed to turn that double play, once again, it kind of reminded me of Fernandez's other game when a couple defensive mistakes cost him a couple runs. we took advantage of their errors, and then, of course, in the ninth inning, we also took advantage of an error. So a couple unearned runs turned out to be a big factor in both the games Fernandez pitched.
Final question, Paul. We talked about this in Toronto at the workout. You were saying that if it's not the top 3 guys or the middle 3 guys, someone always comes up and does this. Pat Borders did it today, just at the table.
Again, very in concurrence with the regular season. We spread it out in the postseason. There was a different guy every day, and I don't know who you could say was the one guy, but no question, Pat coming through with the big 3 RBIs tonight and Dave having 2 big games. We spread it out all season long, and that's what we did in this series.
Do you have a preference who you play?
I really don't care. It's been a heck of a series in the National League. I've never been to Atlanta or Philadelphia, so we'll see what happens.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy it. Okay, let's go back to Rod Black.
All right, Sunil, back to you in just a few moments. Let's go to the other side of the field, to the Chicago White Sox clubhouse. Manager Gene Lamont had to put up with a lot in this series from some of his hitters and some of the people who mouthed off a bit, like Bo Jackson and George Bell. Needless to say, his team put up a good fight. Let's go to Gene Lamont with CBS's Jim Gray.
Defensive problems throughout the series. Was that the difference?
Well, no, I don't know if just that. You know, we just didn't hit real good with men on base, and, you know, they were better than we were this series.
Pitching change in the 9th inning.
Well, just trying to keep the game close. You know, it didn't work out the other day when I brought Scott in to get White and Alomar. He got him. I just thought that was the best way to, I wanted to switch them around right-handed. Tonight it didn't work.
You're going to live all winter with the thought of all the men stranded on base?
Well, you're going to think about it, but, you know, we didn't want the season to end like this, but, you know, we won our division. We don't have anything to hang our heads about.
Tough, both on and off the field during this series. What'd you say to the guys?
Well, I just went around and thanked everybody. You know, like I said, we don't have any reason to hang our heads, and hopefully we'll be back again next year. I really don't know. I'm not even thinking about that right now. You know, like I said, tough loss tonight, but, you know, I'm proud of everybody.
Congratulations on a great season.
All right, thank you.
Most gracious of you to come in.
Gene Lamont, Chicago White Sox manager. We're going to go back to Chicago now and join Sunil Joshi back in the Jays locker room, this time with Robbie Alomar. Sunil, take it away.
Yes, indeed, and I just finished my own champagne shower here. Oh, no, I didn't finish up. Thank you. Juan Guzman here. Thank you, taking care of a shower for me first. Of course, he took care of Robbie Alomar. Robbie, let's talk about last year, first of all, compared to this, your thoughts.
Well, I think so this year is it's a different feeling. This year, nobody picked us to win, and we did it in our own. You know, we went out there and we played some good baseball, and we have to get credit to all the guys here. All the guys did a great job. The pitching was great, the defense was great, the offense was great, and the management was great. So we deserve this win more than last year.
Was watching the workout yesterday. You guys were so loose. In fact, you were diving for plays, trying to turn double plays on Willie Cañete. That sort of told me you guys were very confident coming into today's game.
Well, we was trying just to have fun in practice, and we did. We had fun. We was playing like a game. We was playing just a little game for us. Me and Tony and Alfredo, we was having a lot of fun, and we just went out there to have fun, and we did.
Tell me about Dave Stewart. What a pitching performance tonight.
Well, Dave Stewart, I think so. He's the greatest pitcher ever to pitch in the playoffs. So. You know, I think it's a great. Dave Stewart is a great competitor. He go out there and try to win all the time. He's on the mound, and I feel real happy about him. I feel happy about all the guys here.
Early in the series, you were having trouble with the stick, but you were continuing to play well through defense. Obviously, you came through when you needed to.
Well, I came through when I needed. I think so. I got some key hit in last, 2 days ago. I got some key hits, and you know, today we came through with the defense. I got one hit, and the other guys came through. I think so. You know, you cannot win only with one guy. You need 9 guys out there to win, and all the 9 guys went out there and win the game.
Have you had a chance to think, Philadelphia or Atlanta? Which would you like?
Well, whoever is there, I'm ready for both.
Okay, enjoy the champagne, Robbie, and we'll see you wherever it is. Let's go back to Rod Black.
All right, Sunil, we'll get back to you in a moment. Maybe you need a shower there, too. Sunil Joshi at the Blue Jays locker room in the clubhouse. Jays win 6-3, take the American League Championship Series 4-2. The celebration continues in Chicago, in Toronto, and maybe wherever you are tonight. There's the scene in Toronto at the moment. We'll be back after this.
A night out on the town.
I'll be home early, okay? Promise?
A heavy traffic jam.
I hate being late!
And one wrong turn.
What the hell was that? We saw a boy get murdered tonight. If they catch us, they're gonna kill us too. I get a wife and a little girl, and I will get back to them tonight.
Let's show these punks what we got.
You better believe it.
Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., Dennis Leary. Judgment Night.
You coming?
Starts Friday, October 15th at theaters everywhere.
Welcome back to tonight's post-game show. The Blue Jays celebrating another American League championship. They're going to the World Series. Back to Sunil Joshi in Comiskey Park in Chicago.
Okay, back in the clubhouse, and with me now is catcher Pat Borders. A tremendous night for yourself with the bat. Any reason for it? Explain.
No, just that the pitchers got a little something out over the plate for me tonight. They've been keeping us all balanced and not giving us too much to work with the whole series. But fortunately for us tonight, they left a couple of them out over the plate for me.
Bases loaded, a two-run single in that second inning. Were you looking for something when you got it there?
I always just want to make sure I didn't pull off the ball and hit a weak ground ball, but to stay behind it and hit a hard ground ball the opposite way, and fortunately left it out over the plate for me to do so.
What was the game plan going against Alex Fernandez?
Well, you got to look fastball for him because he's got such a good fastball. Try to look fastball till you get 2 strikes and see what you can do from there.
Talk about Dave Stewart a little bit. He was terrific through 7 innings.
It was. The man's got to be commended on his concentration and shutting someone down like that for two games that close together. That's very hard to do for any pitcher. When you look out there at him, it's hard to break his concentration. For someone to concentrate that long for 2 games in a row, he's to be commended.
Did your heart sort of leap into your throat, though, when Robin Ventura hit that one?
Yeah, it was a tight one. It did hook a lot. I don't know how it started out a long ways fair and barely hooked foul. I guess he got a lot of it top spin and caused it to hook that far, but it started out a long ways fair.
But Dueno came in and got the job done as well in the 8th and the 9th. 2 key strikeouts in the 8th there.
Yeah, you got to feel good when you get the ball to Wardo with a lead like that. You know, he's a man that also doesn't let the pressure bother him. He gets out there and he throws the ball hard. Even when he makes mistakes, it's a moving hard fastball or a hard curveball, so you like your chances with him.
So you faced Atlanta last year. Obviously, you want to face them again because you know them a little better?
I haven't really thought about that. We'll let them decide who wants to play us in the World Series from here.
Okay, Pat, congratulations, and thank you very much. Okay, let's go back to Rod Black.
All right, Sunil, Pat Borders, last year's World Series MVP, had a hitting streak going of 16 games, 1 short of the all-time record. But Pat and the Blue Jays are on their way to the World Series again. We'll be back with much more. Of course, the World Series begins Saturday night against the Phillies or the Braves. That will be decided tomorrow night or perhaps on another day. The champagne flows in the Blue Jay dressing room. We come back in a moment.
Hey, buy 4 Bridgestone tires and get them balanced for free.
I wish I could get my budget balanced for free.
Yeah, right.
Waterproof and warm. Well, these boots will keep Robert from getting wet.
Well, what will keep him from losing them?
Ooh, new GE headlights. See, it finally seen the light.
Your lowest price is a Kmart price.
Pull out your credit cards. The politicians have added a few things to your shopping list, like MP pensions, handouts to special interests in big business, and interest payments on the national debt. The list goes on and on. It all adds up to a debt of almost $500 billion that you and your children will have to pay for. Reform's 0 and 3 plan to eliminate the federal deficit will stop the spending spree once and for all. Reform. Now you have a choice.
Life on planet Earth is a wonderful mystery, but it is threatened by people who are just beginning to learn nature's rules.
Caring for the environment is a full-time job for every Canadian. What are we waiting for?
To learn more about connecting economy and ecology, write to The Green Party, Box 3901, Ottawa, K1Y 4M5.
One day after celebrating Thanksgiving Day in Canada with some of the homeless in Toronto, Dave Stewart, who yesterday served turkey dinners to some of those people, is celebrating another American League Championship Series, this time with the Toronto Blue Jays and not the Oakland A's. The Jays went out and got Stewart in the offseason, brought him over to the Blue Jays, and he has done the job, particularly in the postseason, 8-0 career postseason. To the street we go in Toronto. The celebration continues. It's still party time there. Some of the people in the streets, the police were out in full force earlier to make sure things don't get out of hand. We have no reports from the street if anything has gotten out of hand, but it seems like it's a pretty happy and jovial celebration. Not quite the celebration I'd imagine it is down in the clubhouse in Chicago. Suneel, bring us up to date.
All right. Thank you, Rod. Once again, I'm here with Joe Carter. First of all, Joe, tell me about this comparing this championship to a year ago.
Well, I'll tell you what, last year it was more business. It was more of getting the pressure off our backs. We really didn't have time to sit back and enjoy it. It was a situation where we had all of Canada on our shoulders. We went out and proved that we were world champions. We did a great job last year. This time, guys are finding it a little bit more fun and exciting because now we can sit back and have time to enjoy this whole thing. I mean, this ball club has went through adversity the whole year, went through injuries, a makeshift bullpen, a great hitting lineup. But when the chips were down, this team came through like the veteran ball players we are.
You talked about it yesterday during the workout that you expected a close game, and by golly, through 8 innings, it was 3-2, just what you predicted.
It was definitely close. I mean, Fernandez went out there and pitched a great ball game. He got up a big jam there, second, third, with nobody out, with myself and Olerud coming up, and Molitor. We thought that may be the difference in the ball game. But lo and behold, in the 9th inning, Devo comes through the big hit, and then Molitor comes through another big hit, and they kind of blew the game open. And after that, you know, it was time to celebrate.
Okay. Now, how come you're so dry?
Dry? Are you kidding me? I am soaked. This is the most I've been soaked. This is a great champagne because this stuff burns. But I'm drenched. I'll probably weigh about 300 pounds now, and 200 of it is probably champagne.
Final question: Philadelphia or Atlanta? Which would you prefer?
It doesn't matter. You know, we know whoever's going to win is going to come to Toronto. That's all we're concerned about.
Okay. Congratulations and enjoy.
All right.
Let's go back to Rod Black.
All right, Sunil, that's it from there. Great job in the clubhouse. We didn't get a chance to talk to Devon White. Obviously, he was off sequestered somewhere else in the celebration. Devon White, ALCS record with Tim Raines with 12 hits apiece, and perhaps the headline tomorrow could be Devon White socks it to the White Sox with that big home run in the 9th inning in particular. If he didn't get that home run, the Blue Jays may not have won the game. They needed those 3 extra runs they got in the 9th inning, and they got them. 6-3, they win 4-2, the American League Championship Series. Some of the key components in this series, of course, the most valuable player, Dave Stewart. He will get some action when the World Series begins. Juan Guzman, who helped out, of course. Paul Molitor did the job as usual, what he did during the regular season when he came over from Milwaukee. John Olerud, the whole team down the lineup. The Blue Jays, again, look pretty poised as they move into another World Series. Will it be Atlanta? Will it be Philadelphia? We'll find out. The Phillies and the Braves play tomorrow night, Game 6. If there is a Game 7, it is on Thursday, and we will have that for you as well. And again, Saturday is Game 1 of the World Series from the Sky Dome in Toronto. The celebration continues in the streets in Toronto and maybe wherever you're watching, as we mentioned earlier, and it will continue for a couple of days until the preparation for the series begins. One last look at the final out as the Blue Jays win the American League Championship. Good night, everyone.
This has been a special presentation of CTV Sports.
$6 billion for helicopters.
Oh, yeah.
Ottawa's got money for this. Well, now they're trying to tell me that they can't afford my help.
Imperial Oil and Esso Associates. You're on your way with Esso. Your local bottler of Coca-Cola. Always the real thing. Always Coca-Cola.